Hello YouTube, this is Joe the 50-something Dasher, and in today's video I kind of wanted to go back to the basics here for I come up with the idea of this two-part series that I wanted to do, how you can be a successful DoorDash delivery driver, and I guess this could apply to the other apps as well. But so and basically this is going to be for, let's say you're interested in doing, delivery driving with DoorDash or one of the apps, either like part-time or maybe even like full-time. What are some things that you would need to know how you could be like successful at this? And basically, so how I'm going to present this is as if like a family member, friend, co-worker came up to me and was interested in doing it. So in 10 to 20 minutes, what are the things that I would tell somebody, just starting out? That's the purpose of today's video and tomorrow's video. And I've decided to break it up into this video is the beginner advice, and tomorrow will be like an intermediate advice that I would give. And there's not going to be any expert advice because I don't consider myself to be an expert and never would claim to be. And anybody that does claim to be an expert at this, well, they're probably pulling your chain. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing as somebody that just knows everything about this. Okay, so the very first thing that I would tell somebody just starting out is, and this is the thing that unfortunately a lot of your other gig tubers, they fail to mention in their videos, but there are a lot of intangibles that come with doing this job. There's a lot of qualities that I feel that you need to have to anybody can get into this kind of work, but as far as to be successful at it, there's a lot of different intangibles you need to have. Is the work easy? Yes, it's easy. Can anyone do it? Well, my answer is no. That's why you run into, any, 75% of people out on the street you run into and just kind of randomly talk to. And oh, hey, yeah, I used to DoorDash drive too once, a blue moon ago. And they probably, maybe they did 5 or 10 orders or whatever, no, tons of people try it out, but a very, very small percentage of people stick with it. And why is that? Well, because in my opinion, there's a lot, like I said, a lot of intangibles. Even though you use GPS, I still feel you need to be somebody that has a good sense of direction. You need time management skills. You need to be able to analytical skills. Like when these offers come across your phone, you need to be able to look at it. You only have like 30 seconds to look at an offer, analyze the mileage, the pay, the details, where it's picking up and going. You need some analytical skills to break down this information in a short amount of time. Communication skills. Even though you are not communicating a whole lot with the restaurants and the customers, there is still communication involved. And just, a sense of urgency is another one. Like, it's to be successful, it's better to be somebody that is staying on top of these orders. Okay, you accept an order, okay, get to that restaurant, pick it up, not saying to go 150 mile an hour in a 35-mile zone or nothing, but you know what I'm saying. Not like just kind of moseying around and dilly-dallying around. Just, when I'm out there doing this work, I get an offer, I accept it, I immediately go to the restaurant, pick it up as soon as I can pick it up and get to the customer as soon as I can, drop it off. I'm just, it's like bam, 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 bam through all the steps. And a sense of work ethic, and that kind of leads into the point number 2 here that I wanted to get to is, and I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I feel like in today's days that we live in, I have to say this to anybody that I'm talking to about wanting to do this job. Folks, you have to be willing to work. I mean, it's to some people I'm stating the obvious, but there are I'm not going to rant about this too much, but in our society today it's filled with people who just want money handed to them. And I'm sure there's a ton of people that have gotten onto DoorDash that are expecting to just log in and within 1 hour's time get like 3 McDonald's orders that are like less than 4 total miles, paying like $33 each. And it takes less than 20 minutes to do each one, and boom, and all they do is pick up one value meal from McDonald's, deliver it, and get handed $33. Repeat that 2 more times, they have $100 in 1 hour. And they think it's going to be that simple and easy to make money on a platform like DoorDash, and essentially money just being handed to them. Folks, that's not, if you got that kind of idea, just don't even sign up. It's not, yeah, that's not going to happen. You're going to have orders where you wait at the restaurants. If you do shopping orders, you're going to have shopping orders where there's substitution issues, communication issues with the customers. You're going to have some kind of longer distance orders. You're going to run into delays in traffic. It's not as simple as just, you can't just expect that money's just going to be handed to you. You're going to have to work for it. And lastly, the third topic here that I wanted to talk about is just starting out, you're going to want to like understand your zones or whatever that you work in. And then from the information that you get through that experience, you'll be able to get an idea for how much money that you can expect to make and how to set your goals. I was really fortunate. I pretty much always just worked in the zone that I live in. And I had no idea what to expect. So the first month or so of doing this, I had to understand how much I could expect, what kind of orders were in the morning or lunchtime or evening. And I had to learn about how far away some of the trips were. I deliver out of zone a lot. And, all this information I had to gather. I've talked to Dashers in Central Ohio, and on more than one occasion, Dashers have told me that they don't like the zone that I work in because I pick up in one zone, but I deliver to 5 different zones. See, I'm okay with that, but if whatever zone you try out first, if it's like that and you don't like that, let's say you may have to try a different zone where everything picks up and delivers within that zone or closer to it. You might have to kind of If the first zone you try, it doesn't seem like that's a good fit for you money wise or for other reasons, then try out other areas. And it's going to be a lot of trial and error in the beginning, weeks and months, until you can kind of come up with, you won't be able to set goals until you can do some of that experimenting first, gather that information, then we can move on and start setting like your daily and weekly goals and things like that. Okay, guys, that's all I have for part one. And like I said, tomorrow is going to be the intermediate advice that I would give. Hope this helps somebody out there. Hopefully this was good information. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we will catch you tomorrow. Thanks again.